Hi, my name is Ajinkya and this is our project team with Sai Madhav, Sahitya Mova, Ankita Chaudhary, Girish Shirodkar and Kushal Katid. We will take you through the business issue of leveraging the wireless and device explosion on campus.
Hi, my name is Ajinkya. I will be introducing the issue to you. Let's get to know what the issue is about.
Our issue is about leveraging the wireless and device explosion on campus. Nowadays, we can see an extensive use of portable electronic devices such as cell phones, tablets, and laptops, which are used by students as well as staff members and faculty members on campus for their daily needs. These devices were considered as added or extra resources before, but today they have become a necessity for every one of them. Also, according to the studies done by EDUCAUSE Center for Applied Research on Bring Your Own Device trend, shows that almost every student will bring 3 to 4 internet capable devices to campus. Also, Ohio University reports shows that on an average student brings 2 devices on campus. Cedarville University reports shows that devices used per person on campus is more than 2. Now, due to increased density of devices on campus, using internet is leading to a problem for providing bandwidth for all these internet capable devices. On top of these, the devices are being upgraded 2 to 3 times in a year. So this is challenging the ability of IT organizations to keep up with the these new devices and their versions. Now, this is becoming a big issue for IT organizations. Today's institutional IT leaders are also finding out how to leverage the wireless and device explosion to advance the educational mission. Now, Sai Madhav will take you through the details of the business issue.
Under the business case, I'll be taking you through the problem analysis, opportunity analysis, and the business analysis. Now, initially, let's look at what exactly is the problem. Under this section, I'll be explaining you some of the root causes for the problem and the situations which are leading to this problem. Due to the sudden depreciation in the prices of the electronic goods in the recent times, people started buying electronic gadgets with high configuration. Since they have a high configuration, they are able to download applications which consume high bandwidth. Year by year, there is an increase in intake of the students, whether you consider undergraduation, graduation, or post-graduation, which is ultimately leading to the increase in the traffic on OSU network due to the increase in the internet usage by those students. There should be awareness programs conducted by the OSU IT department throughout the year to make the users understand the impact of their internet usage on the OSU network. The network should be made capable of supporting the expected user load. Now let me explain you some of the problems which are leading to the overload on the OSU network. As mentioned earlier, there is an increase in the intake of the students every year. Statistics shows that on an average there is an increase of 5 to 10% of the students for the past 3 consecutive years, and on an average each student is using 3 electronic devices, and on a minimum scale a student is using 2 devices, that is a laptop and a cell phone, which can be connected to the OSU network. In addition to this, the offers on electronic devices due to festive seasons like Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year are making the users gadget freaks. As there is no restriction on the internet connection in OSU for the users to log into the same web page they started logging into the same web page from multiple devices at the same time, which is unnecessarily increasing the load on the internet network. As the internet speed is high and the access is unlimited for OSU stakeholders when compared to the internet access at their residential area, people started doing unwanted downloads like games, movies, etc., which is the other reason for an increasing the load on the OSU network. Now let me explain you the opportunity analysis. The implementation of the project would have a positive impact on the internet usage of the students and the staff. The issue faced by due to overload on the network would be minimized. The internet speed would be increased, due to which there are many advantages like the download time will be minimized and there will be an easy access to all the sites irrespective of the load. Now let us look at the app time for the implementation of the project. In today's world, internet has become oxygen to the human beings. Without internet, no work can be done. If there is a hindrance in the availability of the internet, that would cause many problems for the stakeholders. Hence, to avoid disruptions in the availability of the internet access, the best time to implement this project is the summer break. During this period, there won't be much important activities performed in the campus, and unavailability of internet for a couple of hours or a couple of days wouldn't cause much problem. Now, who are the stakeholders of the project who will be benefited? Any person who uses the OSU network will be impacted or involved with the implementation of this project. The stakeholders who use OSU network are students, staff would include lecturers, employees who work for various departments like admin, IT, etc., and visitors like representatives from various companies or clients. Now let us go through some of the benefits by implementation of this process. There are many benefits by the implementation of this project, like the annual maintenance cost would be decreased to a considerable extent, the internet speed will increase, the hindrance in internet access due to the overload on the OSU network can be minimized, improves the access to large files and high quality videos, the increased demand for the online classes can be met as the internet access would be smooth. Now, my colleague Sahitya will continue with the scope of the project. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhav. Now I'll take you through the objectives of the project. As common to many projects, even we do have the budget and the schedule constraints. We need to finish our project within the given budget and in the given schedule time. We can't determine the number of devices that a person can have with him, and we can't even restrict the usage of a web page or the network by a specific user. Now the project objectives. We are trying to provide the quality facilities and the services to all the devices efficiently, irrespective of the increase in density of the devices on the campus, and to determine the effects of the devices on the university's instructional model. To provide our best services to all the devices of the students, we are trying to expand our OSU wireless network also in the university apartment areas. And as discussed in the business need before, we need to take care of the load balancing mechanisms also, because as the students are trying to access the same web page from many devices using the single credentials, we are putting a lot of load on the specific servers of the same web pages. So we're trying to provide the load balancing mechanisms also in our objectives. Now we need to create different gateways for the institutional and the non-institutional web contents. We're trying to provide problem-free access to web content on various devices. That is, we're trying to provide same content, same web page, web size of the size of the web page on various devices. The other projects and the systems which may be affected by our project are the server load balancing of the college web pages, which is previously discussed, and the current hardware of the college network also will be updated, the OSU network maintenance, and the OSU web content and application development. These are the projects and the systems that may be affected by our project. The further parts of the presentation would be handled by Girish.
Thank you, Sahitya, for your inputs. I'll be explaining more about project scope now. The project scope is nothing but all the activities that project team is supposed to carry out, and it is what which is pertaining or germane to a project. Following things are in scope of our project. We are supposed to determine the effects of increase in the devices, computing devices on university's instructional model. That is, whether an instructor should change his teaching style or to include this device explosion in the instructional model. We are supposed to determine that. So we are also responsible to extend the OSU's wireless network in a university apartment area. We will be also responsible to incorporate effective load balancing mechanisms for highly accessible, highly accessed web pages, and also our team will be responsible to increase our current network bandwidth. The problem-free access to the web content on various devices is a major concern. If the number of people will be accessing various various websites from the various devices, the functionality of the website or the look and feel of a website should not change with the type of device from which they are accessing the website. The creation of gateways to access the institutional and non-institutional web content is the major task which will ultimately balance the load on the network. Suppose if you're accessing any non-institutional website such as Google or Facebook, then you should use one gateway. And if you're accessing any web content on OSU's network, then a specific gateway should be dedicated to access such content. Following things are out of scope of our project, that is, we are not supposed to work on those things. First is the consideration of security implications after the network upgrade. The increased network maintenance, which will not be taken care by our team. The negotiations and procurement of new hardware and software tools which are required to develop new web content or new web pages, or the tools which are required for the upgradation of OSU's network, that will not be procured or negotiated by our team. The training and knowledge transfer to the existing OSU maintenance team or web content development team will not be provided by our team. And finally, the identifying socioeconomic facets of student population, it will not be done by our team. The further part will be explained by Ankita.
Thank you, Girish. Today we'll be discussing the risk factors which are involved in this project.
Project risk can be defined as any unseen event, activity which can impact the project's result, progress, or outcome in a positive or a negative way. While carrying out any project, it is necessary that we determine the risk factors involved and what would be their impact on the project's outcome. Few of the project risk factors which have been identified in this project are as follows. The project duration is 1 to 3 months in our case, which is less, and hence the risk involved is low. The next factor is project scope. Scope is where you include, document, organize the scope, objective, cost, schedule, budget, responsibilities of the project. Any scope creep would lead to unexpected increase in parameters like time or cost. So it is necessary that the scope is defined and well agreed by all members. In our project, the project scope is defined and agreed by all team members, sponsors, and stakeholders. Thus, this has reduced the risk. Next comes the number of decision makers. In our project, there will be 2 people who will be taking the decision, thus reducing the risk. End user's current environment. In our case, there is a possibility that the current environment may incorporate any changes in future, and hence it has been stated as traditional with some changes. This has made the risk as medium. Next comes the project sponsor and stakeholder. The sponsor and stakeholder in our project are supportive, and the risk identified is low. The project manager which has been assigned to this project is fully involved in the project and has been assigned the only project. Hence, the risk involved in this is low. Next comes the impact on current hardware and on network capacity. There is a possibility that the network upgradation would be done in future, and hence the risk involved is high. The product requirements which have been stated by the users are moderate, and the risk associated with this is medium. Next risk factor is the project schedule. The due date will be developed using the best estimates and forward planning, thus reducing the risk, and hence the risk factor involved in this is low. Next comes the primary quality assurance methods. We would be using many reviews and testing to assure that the quality assurance has been maintained, and hence the risk involved will be low. The technology to develop this system or product which we'll be using is available and currently in usage, which has further reduced the risk involved. Also, the project contractors and vendors which we are planning to involve are reliable and qualified. This has also reduced the risk. The last is the project's alignment with the organization's strategic plan. The project's plan is strongly aligned with the organization's strategic plan, which means that the risk involved is low in this case too. Further presentation will be carried out by Kushal.
Thank you, Ankita. Now I will take you through our organization with the help of organization chart. Tina Meyer is our project sponsor. Girish Shirodkar is assigned as a project manager. Girish will lead System Administrator, Technical Leader and Support Team Leader. Sai Madhav is assigned as a System Administrator and he will lead Senior Hardware Engineer, who is Ankita Chaudhary. Technical Leader is Kushal Kathed and he will lead Senior Software Engineer. Ajinkya Kumbhar is Support Team Leader and he will lead Information Security Engineer, who is Sahitya Mawa. And few of the positions such as Network Engineer, Software Engineer is vacant and employees are yet to be hired. After implementing the project, university will be benefited by the following. We'll discuss about each and every point in detail. First, increase of network bandwidth. Due to increase in bandwidth, more number of users can connect to the network. Second, due to device explosion, many desired users are unable to connect. After implementing this project, they can connect to the network because we'll have wide range of network. Next, advanced device with the latest technology will not face problem. For instance, last time, users during festival like Thanksgiving, Christmas bought lot of new gadgets such as Apple Air TV and unable to connect to the network due to different protocol. So this issue will be resolved by implementing this project. Next, network would be available to wide range. Network will be available to dorms and some of the dining services which is not available right now. And finally, we can efficiently use resources. So we request to accept this project as soon as possible so students as well as university will get benefited. Thank you.